What is going on, everybody? It is Diego with ADV Mobil, and we are in Loveland, Colorado at Overland Expo Mountain West taking a look at ADV number 13. ADV number 13 here is an F600 with the 6.7 liter Powerstroke diesel motor. It also has liquid spring hydraulic suspension and 40-inch off-road wheels. The back end here, we have custom aluminum storage on the outside, as well as a boXmanufaktur box for the living space. This is a cab-over vehicle, and it has a queen-size bed and KCT windows on the outside for extra insulation. Over here on the passenger side, in our upper storage area, obviously we are at the show, so we're fully loaded down with equipment, but what's cool about this upper storage area is actually on the inside of the vehicle and insulated. So anything you put in here is gonna stay either cold or hot, depending on what time of year it is. And down here, in our external storage box, we have a Kenyan griddle cooktop. Another great feature of this storage box is it's actually situated below the dinette, so it's a great use of space. So the seating area is directly above that. So we have plenty of storage, but we also have plenty of space for, in this case, a Rickson system hydronic heater. And in the middle area, we have our 90-gallon freshwater tank. All right, moving to the back side here, we have two vertical storage boxes, which gives you plenty of storage for all of your equipment. And then we also have the rear tire carrier mounted to the back wall. Now, what's great about the boXmanufaktur boxes is we can install aluminum tubing inside the wall where we need it. So that storage box and that tire carrier is actually mounted to aluminum instead of being bolted to FRP. We also have a Hydrolift motorcycle lift with a custom-made in-house platform. Now, this lift has about 1,000 pounds of capacity. The platform itself weighs about 150, 175, so it gives you a lot of leeway with what kind of bike you can put on here. We also have max tracks to get you out of any trouble. And we also have our pneumatic cooling system mounted on the rear wall of the truck. We do love the pneumatic cooling system. We don't like putting holes on the roof of the vehicle. It's a potential leak point, so we prefer to put it on the back wall. All right, coming over to the passenger side upper storage area, we have two 500 amp hour master volt batteries. Those are charged primarily by 1,200 watts worth of solar on the roof. However, you can also charge it with the high idle switch on the truck. This also has a Combi Master inverter on the roof here, as well as a fuse box and a solar charger, all in this box as well. And like I said on the other side, this is an insulated storage area, so all your batteries are gonna stay warm in the winter so you don't lose any efficiency, and they're gonna stay cool in the summer. All right. On the driver's side, the front storage box is not only a storage area, it also houses the 28-gallon auxiliary tank. And this truck does retain the factory tank. This auxiliary tank feeds the factory tank. This area is used for tools, for fixing anything on the fly. And one thing I do want to mention about these aluminum storage boxes that you see on the outside, they are all made in-house. We weld them all together and they are custom fit to each vehicle. And when we move into the inside, you will also see that we use aluminum on the inside as well. We use aluminum everywhere. We love it. We have a welder on staff that fabricates everything in-house. All right, so the entry steps are on the passenger side of the vehicle, and we do have a walk-through bathroom and shower. That is a very unique thing to us. It saves a lot of space in the vehicle, and it's something that, you know, the bathroom and shower, you need it, but you're not using it constantly. So why put it in a spot where it's in the way constantly? At least that's our philosophy. So hopping up into the truck, like I said, we have teak floor. So this also acts as kind of a mud room. So all the dirt, debris, water that you might have on your shoes, you can kick them off right there. This truck also has a heated towel rack that is looped into the hydronic heating system. So this is the Thetford toilet. It is a cassette style toilet, and we find this is the best option for a toilet. So that head rotates, so you can have all the leg room you need. And this door will shut just like this when in use. And it does open 180, so you have plenty of options to get in and out of the vehicle. But typically we keep it closed like that, just so you can have access to the vehicle. And the great thing about the boXmanufaktur boxes with the FRP, we don't have to do any modification, any sealing. Straight from the factory, the shower's ready to go pretty much. We have a strip LED light in here as well, so that is individually controlled. All the lights on the inside you can individually control. All of the accessories, you can send power to them as you need them, so you're not using any parasitic draw, you're not wasting any power, any of the limited power you do have. We do all the woodwork in-house. Everything you see here is walnut. We also use all aluminum on the interiors as opposed to wood. It saves on weight, doesn't warp, a lot stronger, a lot more durable, you know. This truck also has a heated hydronic loop floor as well as forced air heat, and both of those systems can be heated either electric or diesel heater. Back here in the dinette area, we have custom upholstery, as well as, again, a made in-house walnut table. Now, one thing I do want to mention about the efficiency of use of space when you make a truck with ADV Mobil, below my feet here is actually where the water tank is, the freshwater tank. So it is a very efficient use of space. That has a 90-gallon freshwater tank, so you have a lot of capacity there, even in this small truck. The 28-gallon gray water tank is behind the kitchen area, and the gray water from the shower gets pumped into the gray water tank behind the kitchen. So you have one tank instead of having two. You know, no one wants to deal with dirty water, so having one is really nice. As you can see, we have our pneumatic cooling system coming through the wall here. This truck also has two max fans, one in the bathroom and one in the middle of the truck for your cooking area, you know, get all those fumes out. We do have full wraparound KCT windows, and that's a really great option if you can do it. The wraparound windows, plenty of lighting in here, and these windows have blackout screens and integrated bug screens in them. So you can really crack all the windows, leave the bug screens up, and you get plenty of air and fresh lighting in here. It's really amazing. This truck also has skylight in the back, and we have a full Morel speaker system throughout the truck, because who wants to go camping without their music, right? We have Cambria quartz countertops in the kitchen, as well as a Kenyan induction cooktop. And everything on the interior, like I said, powder coated aluminum. So all of your drawers, they are aluminum. The frame for the kitchen is all 16-inch square tubing aluminum that is welded together and bolted to the floor of the vehicle. In this case, this truck has a Isotherm drawer style fridge freezer combo. Whatever layout you want to do, we are a fully custom company. Over here we have another cabinet area, and as you can see, we're fully loaded to live out of these vehicles right now. Plenty of storage on the inside of these trucks. And then if you turn around here, we have a queen size cab over bed. Now this is, you're not sleeping north to south on this truck. If you do a cab over option, you can sleep north to south. This is obviously an east to west. And then we have a integrated step up right here. And if I actually leave this up, you can see we also have a pass-through cutout to get into the cab of the truck, which is a great feature. Up in the cab over area, we actually have the rest of the Morel speakers, and then we do have a Stargazer skylight as well. At ADV Mobil, we are solely focused on quality, and one of those features that we really harp on are windows. Now, this truck has full KCT windows and skylights. These things are great because they are double pane windows. Their insulation value is super high, so why have a super insulated box-manufaktur box if you're gonna have a weak point at the windows? These are double pane. They have carbon fiber struts, as well as having integrated latch mechanism. You can have a ventilation setting so you can get a little bit of air out, as well as fully sealed. They also have blackout screens, which is a great feature. Although we have so many windows in this truck, you can close them all down at nighttime or even during the day, and you're fully blacked out on the inside of the truck. It also has a integrated bug screen, so you can crack open all the windows, don't get any bugs on the inside, have plenty of fresh air on the inside of the truck. And because they are glass, you're going down the trails, you're going down getting scratches on the side of the vehicle. These windows are not going to scratch, unlike a polycarbonate window. So we really have been enjoying these KCT windows, and we recommend it to all of our customers. Come over to the right side of the kitchen area, we have our control area. This is what we call the chimney. Now we have a C-zone control module that tells you your battery levels for each of your batteries. It also tells you your fresh gray water and fuel tank levels. You can also control all of the lighting here all at once or all individually. So if someone's sleeping up in the bed, you can turn that off and have the lights in the back on while someone's working on their computer. You can also send power individually to all of the accessories on the truck. You don't have to send power to the stove if you don't want it. Same thing with the microwave, same thing with the fridge. You can turn on everything individually or turn everything on all at once. Below that is the Rixson Systems heating controller. Now, like I said, this truck does have heated floors as well as forced air heat, and you can control each of those with either diesel heat or electric power. That Rixson system also controls your hot water, so it heats all of those systems all at once. The floor, the forced air, and your hot water all comes from the same unit, and that just shows that it's more efficient. You don't have to have multiple units to do multiple things. We have one unit that does 3 different things at once. Below that, we have our Fusion radio for the Morel speaker system throughout the truck. You can connect that via Bluetooth. And below that, we just have some outlets as well as the control for the table base on the back of the dinette, because that table base does retract down and you can use it as another sleeping area. I appreciate you coming here to check out ADV number 13. Check out advmobil.com for any more information. We are looking to get more social media content out to you guys. So we have ADV Mobil as our YouTube channel as well as all of our social media. So please check that out, and we're going to get more walk-arounds for you guys shortly.